Good morning, Internet, and welcome to another Resident Evil. Another one I haven't played before, like so many of the old ones. So, Code Veronica X, I think this was... On which consoles was this even released?
It originally came out on the Dreamcast, and then later on it got re-released as Code Veronica X for PS2 and GameCube. And then there was also a slightly updated version for PS3 and Xbox 360 where they changed the lighting system, I believe. Of course, the problem with that was, I believe that the lighting and everything was a little bit more dynamic and everything, but as a result, things were also a lot darker, which honestly made certain boss fights a bit harder to deal with.
The American Midwestern town, Raccoon City, has been completely decimated due to the T-virus outbreak that was instigated by the international corporation Umbrella. Claire Redfield, who arrived in Raccoon City to search for her lost brother Chris, and a rookie police officer, Leon S. Kennedy, managed to escape from the city. But their ordeal was only a prelude of things to come. Three months later.
Your identification number is WKD 4496. Welcome to your new home.
Her name is Claire Redfield. We caught her trespassing in our Paris lab facility 10 days ago. She apparently infiltrated the complex looking for her lost brother, Chris Redfield, one of the surviving members of RPD's famous STARS teams. Don't move.
This intro was way too bombastic. What is this, a modern Resident Evil?
Well, it's also, it's kind of weird that they even went so far as to pretty much try to take her out by shooting up their own building with one of their helicopters and everything, and somehow I'd assume it never showed up on the news or whatever.
Well, if that helicopter pilot was Brad, that would explain everything.
Well, considering that at this point they'd be zombified, it would make sense that they would make some really poor decisions.
Perfect. Go on. Get out of here. This place is finished. I don't know, it might have been a special forces team. But in any case, this prison's been taken over. Troops have been wiped out.
What are you saying?
You're free to leave the complex. But you may as well know you have no chance of getting off this island.
And what about you? What are you going to do?
Don't worry about me.
Oh hey, the knife. I think Lurk has told me that the knife is super good in this one.
It is. But yeah, I'd assume one thing you might have noticed is that this was one of the first Resident Evil games where they decided to go with entirely 3D environments instead of pre-rendered.
For some reason I actually didn't notice until you told me.
Well, that's a good thing I mentioned it then.
But yeah, it somehow looks worse. And the camera still hates me.
Well, when this first came out, it was rather impressive and everything. Though at times it did get a little bit ridiculous, like, I think this was still around the time when there were a bunch of TV shows that focused on, showing off new games and everything, and I remember with Code Veronica, with one of the environments, they're pretty much specifically showing a scene where they pretty much pointed out to the viewer, look at this swaying lamp and everything, and how it actually lights up the environment depending on where it's... So you might want to grip the knife at this point.
Yeah, fire is apparently not doing much to these zombies. Man, I saw so many opportunities for quick time events during this.
So, in regards to the knife, did you ever see that one movie, Karate Kid?
Yes.
Try to go for the legs.
Oh, I can hear, thanks to the sound effect, what's happening.
Yeah, the thing with the knife in Code Veronica is that unlike the previous Resident Evil games, it only really hits them once, but here they decided to pretty much have them hit like multiple times, and that is extremely handy.
Oh hey, he's running away. Oh. He isn't running away.
What's happening?
Hello, buddy.
Tell me why these really old corpses are somehow able to be infected with the T-virus and then come to life. Because the T-virus has to infect a living host, doesn't it?
Maybe they were alive before they were buried? At
I
some
don't
point.
think that's... Well, yeah, but that's not how it works. Claire Redfield. Part of the Redfield crew.
Oh.
You walked in
you're
the fire.
gonna have to come back for that later.
Yeah, feared as much. I was hoping I can get through that small hole in the fire.
Have you guys ever tried spaghetti carbonara?
Yes.
You have?
I tried spaghetti before, but not carbonara.
Oh. It's really good. You should try it.
I'm kinda disappointed there's no grave of Patrick there.
Patrick?
Yes.
Patrick Star?
In Resident Evil 3, there was a graveyard, and it was a little bit weird because one of the gravestones just said Patrick on it and nothing else.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait, don't shoot.
Who are you?
Who could this gentleman be?
You're not a zombie. Well, great. Wait right there. I'm coming over. Sorry about that little misunderstanding, but I thought you were another one of those monsters.
Shut up. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Relax, beautiful. I said I was sorry. My name's Steve. I was a prisoner on this island. And I'm guessing you're not from Umbrella either.
No, I'm Claire. Claire Redfield.
Claire. Nice. I'll remember that. Hey, I heard there's an airport around here. Well, once I find it, I can finally escape from this crazy island. I'll see ya.
Hey, wait up!
I don't want you following me, lady. You'll only slow me down.
Well, I like him for one thing. He is as trigger happy as me. I hate everything else about him.
I don't know, one thing I like about him is that he's really painfully Canadian.
The game is really quite quiet, by the way. So, you know.
Alright, it's quite opposite on my end.
Yeah, well, can't trust that.
Well, upped it a bit.
Okay.
Not much though. Oh yes, this is a classic Resident Evil now. Weird emblems on doors.
Dude, I love emblems.
Yeah, and we usually joke around here that those puzzles really only exist because the people that pretty much have those things built are completely insane, but this time around, it probably is built that way because they actually are insane this time around. As you'll probably find out a little while later.
Well, they have the good all-wheat policy anyway. I like them for that.
This looks a lot different than the other herbs, though. From the other games. I mean,
Well,
it looks a lot like basil. Or basil, if you like.
Well, new console generation and all that.
Nice knife action. Saving ammo. You're learning. Oh, you got bit.
Yeah, I have the feeling my bigger problem in this one will be health again.
So, pretty much the same problem as with every single other Resident Evil game you've played.
I think I had a lot of health in Zero?
Yeah. Because you were playing it on easy.
Might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game has no difficulties. I'm kind of surprised.
Hmm. This break room is much nicer than the break room at my old workplace.
Do I even want to know where you work?
Used to.
We're not working
Like,
for
they had-
Umbrella, right?
No. Is this an umbrella island?
It is.
The toilets are about the same, though.
And I think that is natural law about workplace toilets. They are all terrible.
Okay, now I really do have to wonder, did you used to work at a death camp or something?
No.
Oh god, yes, diaries, they are still there.
Ah, lucky for me that Bob in the bunk below me is one of those interesting types of guys. That is my favorite type of guy.
I don't know, he's named Bob. Can he really be that interesting?
Well, him being interesting, but also being named Bob, a sort of reversal of expectations kind of thing.
This is not a good prison if someone can just sneak out. Also, I'm kind of surprised at Umbrella by not infecting everyone who arrives on this island instantly with the T-virus or something.
Looks like this guy had a bad May 21st.
I kind of wish though that he gave us a few more details. Like he mentioned Bob screaming and everything, but did he scream in an interesting way?
Probably. I mean, it's his one character trait.
Mm-hmm. He's the most interesting man in the world from those beer commercials. I don't know if you guys got those.
According to the diary, everyone was taken there, but this guy is still here. And this one.
So that guy doesn't get infected with the T-virus and reanimated, but people in graves in the graveyard do. Interesting. Oh no! Oh, and they have one sneak up on you? Where'd he come from? I see, pick up those guns on the ground.
I think it's also at this point that they started toning things down a bit. Like you would have noticed with that one crawling zombie that when you kick them in the head, it doesn't fly off anymore like a football.
Yeah.
Aww.
The M100P. The fuck could that be? Let's go to the Internet Firearms database and find out.
Oh, it's one of those guns I will never be able to reload.
I think that's pretty much the case from what I can remember. Because, yeah, I'm actually going to have to warn you on this. I haven't played this game for a while now, and I didn't play this one as often as the others, so there might be some moments where I won't really be able to help you. And I'm probably going to be just as lost as you are.
This is... I have played through this, but I also have the weakest memories of this game, so... By the way, your handgun is apparently a Beretta 93R. Ah, and the M100P is a real gun called the Calico Model 100P.
Kind of sad that I cannot crawl down there. Oh.
Did you see that zombie getting dragged off? Why would you
Yes.
want to go there?
Calico is an insane company. Like, if you want to buy a cyberpunk gun, IRL, they got you covered.
How cyberpunk are we talking about? Do they sell replicas of the guns used in the Blade Runner movies?
No, just every single one looks crazy. Like, here.
The guns in the Blade Runner movies?
No, because none of them have wood. One of them has wood, but
God damn it, stupid bullet safe crate.
I mean, they can deflect bullets. It's not recommended to shoot through a grate. Alright.
Come on, I wanna let you out.
You should be able to do that soon enough.
Freedom for zombies.
Also, if I remember correctly, this area pretty much introduces one of the most annoying things in this game.
Please deposit any metallic items you have in the security box.
We already met Steve.
Okay, the other annoying thing.
Oh yeah, this one's fun.
Probably should get rid of the manual.
Am I wrong that there's some kind of polymer gun that comes into play here, or am I just mixing this up with Die Hard?
I think that's more of a Die Hard thing.
So, is this also a teleporter chest?
No.
Oh, apparently our ink ribbon is metallic.
So is the lighter.
No. Yep, it's not a teleporter box. So, buddy,
They really, yeah. Go ahead.
as someone who has done 3D printing, is that how it works?
You can, in fact, 3D scan something and then 3D print a model of it. But what are we 3D printing here?
That I'm not sure yet. Probably
The gun, right?
Grenades.
I thought you want to 3D print something so you get through the metal detector, basically, right?
I don't know, couldn't we just disconnect the power from the metal detector? Oh god, they are using...
I think that happens later, but first you have to figure out a way to... That's what I thought, is that you need to, like, 3D print your gun so you have a new polymer gun or something.
Something is very wrong with this place. They are using 3D printers and fax. They should not exist at the same place.
Yeah, you know.
Well, I don't know. It could work. I mean, the fax could have been 3D printed.
Chris Redfield.
What are you doing here?
Oh, those security monitors may have been used to monitor the prisoners.
Chris Redfield. Is he a relative of yours or something?
You mean my brother?
Ah. Your siblings. Well, it seems your brother is under surveillance by Umbrella.
What? I've got to contact Leon and tell him to let my brother know he's being monitored. It's a good thing I have access to an outside connection from here.
Well, that file shows the latitude and longitude of this place. Why don't you send your brother the coordinates and ask him to come help?
Thanks. I'll do that.
Hey, I was just kidding. There's no way he could get here, even if he is your brother.
Yes, he can. I'm sure of it.
No way. He won't come. You'll just end up disappointed if you rely on others. Believe me, I know.
What was that all about?
So he is a French-Canadian emo or something?
Yeah, the problem with the neckband thing is that he ends up looking like this dude with a really low-cut shirt and a choker. So in other words, a little bitch. That's why everybody hates him, really.
Just for the choker.
Even though it's not his decision.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe part of the reason why people at the time didn't like him that much is because in the original Dreamcast version, they adjusted his model a little bit now, but originally his hair looked a little bit more like... where he pretty much looked almost exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio.
The 3D scanner we had at the old lab was about as big as that, I will say. Of course, now you can just put your iPhone in front of a homemade turntable. That basically takes care of it.
I'm clearly missing something.
You need to put the materials in. You need filament.
Which I do not have.
Better get it.
where is the question, though? Oh, I have a...
I don't know. I don't know what kind of
idea.
3D printer it is. It looks like there's an extruder on it.
In the security box.
So you need either a thermoplastic or... Yeah, I don't know what else gets extruded.
I hate you, game.
Well, you know, it's a spray can. They're also made of metal.
They are. Have you gone through this thing before? Apparently not. There are zombies there. Oh god, there are zombies everywhere. Nice. Just run past that one. Yeah, he's been using the knife. It is very good. Why is there a guillotine here? Oh my god.
Yeah, a guillotine and no weed. For some reason I expected weed in this thing.
Why is a guillotine slanted like that, I wonder?
For craftsmanship?
No. Have to put extra effort into.
So it can cut easier?
I mean, yeah, that would be the presumption. I'm just trying to think of the mechanics of.
Oh, come on.
I guess there's
just
I guess there's less load on it through the whole process that way.
I'm really disappointed. I was expecting something more than dogs.
So
Really
apparently,
be careful what you wish for because the later enemies are really annoying to deal with.
the there's a difference between the zombie dogs in the Arclay Mansion and every other zombie dog you see. Like, these here are zombie dogs. Just dogs that happen to get infected with the T-virus. But all the dogs at the mansion in Resident Evil 1 were, like, test subjects who were directly, like, experimented on with different viruses. Lore. The zombies just respawn here?
Apparently.
Sucks.
Well, there are a bunch of graves here, so it kind of makes sense.
Doesn't make sense in the first place for them to come out of the grave.
Really?
Well,
Can't
there
throw
is
things
a
away.
typewriter close by, so maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking, Lurk.
The yellow dot is one, I guess.
Well, I was thinking of one that's down the stairs there.
You guys all saw my beautiful box, right?
I don't know, what exactly is that box for? Your mahjong
Holding my-
box?
Yeah, tiles. I just got commissioned to make one for someone else. Open the briefcase. There's no need to use the briefcase. Oh. Special alloy.
Anti-metal detection alloy, of course.
I don't know. There may be such things.
Kind of weird, though, that on the header for TG1 features, they added in a question mark.
Carl Redhill. No relation to Red Fields. Yeah, so you're going to put that in the 3D printer. There are metal sintering 3D printers, for sure. I don't think they're metal extruding ones.
I think at least here you don't have to run all the way around anymore. You can just use the padlock key.
Yay, inventory space.
Probably going to be using bound metal deposition and extrusion.
In the security box.
But no, because you need a furnace for that, and that's clearly an open system.
This is clearly not 3D printing.
What? Oh, it's like plasma cutting. That actually makes way more sense. Yeah, I don't know. Plasma cutting or some kind of EDM process.
Also, before you leave, you're going to want to make sure to also take the fire extinguisher with you.
I mean, that really could have been just a V cutting bit that happened to be sparkly. But yeah, this was all technology that was available at the time. It passes.
Even the guillotine technology?
Yes, as Lurk explained. It's appropriate guillotine design.
That's probably what they needed Steve for. They needed a Frenchman designing that thing.
Yeah, I don't think Steve is French-Canadian. He might just be... I don't know. What do they call those people? Just regular Canadian?
Yeah, that is what you call them.
Are you sure? He greeted us with wee wee.
If I remember correctly, there should be some ammo on the other side of that car.
Yeah, you can clearly see it.
Yes, you can clearly see. Thanks anyways, Johnny.
Please swear I have to justify why I'm here.
For some reason I was expecting that I need to shove the thing down. But Chris Redfield this ain't.
And it's also to answer your question, Lark, that was in the Resident Evil Code Veronica arcade game, which didn't actually get a Dreamcast port. It did get a PS2 port, though.
I liked my solution with the fire extinguisher more.
Yeah, but unfortunately that fire extinguisher was apparently only good for like one small fire, and that's it.
talk about 3D printing?
If it makes you feel better.
Okay. I haven't actually 3D printed anything lately. It's all been woodworking and milling. I love how you know he got bit, because you can hear him button mashing beforehand.
I should just use the machine gun.
I like how it registers, like, part of your swing, even if you hit the wall.
Yeah, if that wasn't the case, Wards would be my worst enemy in this game. By far.
I mean, I guess that's not that hard. I mean, it's just give the knife an active hitbox, even if it stops at some point. Like, you know, some would say that this is when this series really went to the dogs. It was ruined because I misspoke at one point.
Well, I guess if nothing else, it's more appropriate than saying that it jumped a shark, because I think at this point there aren't really that many sharks around anymore.
No, when I had sharks, that was when it was the best. Some would say the best game in the series featured a shark. Navy proof. It's a bumper sticker you put on your car that says, "My son is in the Navy."
I thought it was something with a name like Navy Proof that it just simply means you can't get drafted.
Or maybe it's a very, very strong liquor. It's like, this rum is Navy proof. Lurk says Gun Survivor 2 didn't have a shark.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The bow gun comes back in Code Veronica as well. But compared to Resident Evil 2, it's honestly rather disappointing.
I'm disappointed that I don't have to use it here. Finally, a mansion. I love my mansions.
Well, I guess it's kind of mansion-ish.
Mansions suck unless you have like a lot of staff and a large court to also live at your mansion.
What was my prisoner number again? 7746?
I don't think they allow prisoners in this place.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
I don't get when it says error when you enter the wrong password. Like, if it doesn't let you in after you put in a password it doesn't recognize, then it's not an error. It's working exactly as intended.
There's a problem in this room. The bats are back.
Bats!
Oh, the bats aren't really that big of a problem. You just have to equip your lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like the Resident Evil Zero bat is back.
You ever seen a bat in real life?
Nope.
They're pretty cool.
I don't know, from some of the pictures I've seen, oddly enough, some bats look kind of cute, in a way.
No, they're horrid creatures.
I'm slowly getting an inventory problem here.
Well, there is an item box nearby, so...
Maybe you could put your handgun away for a while and just use them big guns.
By
Or
big
alternatively,
guns,
put
you
the
mean-
big guns away.
By big guns, you mean the knife?
No, I mean the machine gun. Is it a machine gun?
I think so.
The actual gun is just a pistol.
You're not allowed to enter his private house because you're a co-worker. Everyone hates co-workers.
It's unimaginable that this butler could think that there would be a place he's not allowed to go. That's private in any way. I'm imagining the butler from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wrote this.
Was his name Robert Dorson?
Oh, I guess not. I think it was Joffrey.
I mean, looking at that, it's really handy and everything, but it just looks a bit weird that you pretty much have a regular desk there and then a huge fucking box right next to it.
You don't?
I have a
Wait,
huge box sitting right next to me. Bigger than that one. It's not true.
I mean, I guess if I had the opportunity, I wouldn't mind having a huge box right next to my desk. Especially if it's the kind that actually, you know, teleports its contents to a completely different box inside the building.
Think about all of the stuff you could put in the box. It's probably its main feature. No, I don't remember that episode, Lurcopter. Sounds like a cruel thing to do.
Well, from what I can remember of the show, Will Smith's character was kind of cruel.
He was just a jokester. Was the moral of the episode that it was too cruel of a prank?
Someone write that down, please.
And DC 0394.
Yep.
Done. Thanks, Lurk.
Well, if you want, it's safe to put the fire extinguisher away now.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be true.
It's just that, you know, you're gonna need it again later on, and the first time I played this, I left it inside the metal detector box, and I wasn't able to use it anymore.
Why would you have a door with two guns pressed into the... This is the entrance to the John Woo Theater.
So your security guards must give up their guns before they enter your office?
You know, I'm honestly considering making another joke that dunks on the NRA, but they probably already have it bad enough as it is.
Marble toilet. Oh my goodness.
I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea in regards to cleaning.
What if this mansion was just the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house? Think about it. I wish I remembered more of the plot so I could take that joke further, but...
You know, I keep forgetting that show is called Family Matters.
You can, like, commission fan fictions, right? I'm sure you can. Should get somebody to do Resident Evil Code Veronica, but the Ashford family is just the Banks family from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Well, I thought if you were just going to suggest fan fiction of Code Veronica in general, there's always that S.D. Perry novel.
Yeah. I remember this video really creeped me out the first time I played this.
Watching videos moves tanks, I see.
That's the famous quote from, fuck. What was the name of the guy? Goebbels? The propagandist? I don't know.
Tucker Carlson?
No. He was a doctor. Well, had a doctorate anyway.
Dr. Phil?
No, okay, never mind. Golden Lugers.
This is bad.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
I just had a dolphin error message popping up. That's why everything
message?
stopped.
Oh. What did the message from Dolphin say?
CPU too fast.
Whoa.
I was honestly expecting the game to crash right after that. Oh, where do I use the stupid wheel?
Do you remember that one pedestal thing you tried to use the Navy proof on?
Yeah, I do. Oh, onwards I walk.
Yeah! Help me! Steve?
Wish the game was a tiny bit more accurate at where he is.
Well, considering Steve's intelligence and everything and one of the traps you found in the mansion, where do you think he might be?
Oh. Where I just came from? The heat room?
Uh-huh.
Where was that again?
Now we just have to hope you'll be able to get there before his CPU overheats.
Thought I wouldn't make it.
Oh, I need those. Give them to me.
You gotta be kidding. I found it and I'm keeping it. Fine. Let's make a deal. I'll trade you for something fully automatic. I'll see you around, Claire. Adios.
Hey, wait, Steve!
I think I still have the SMGs. Yep.
Yeah, but they're not fully automatic. They're more semi-automatic.
Redfield! How dare you interfere with my operation?
What are you talking about?
You let yourself be captured so you can lead your people to this base!
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
You don't fool me! I am Alfred Ashford, commander of this base.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower-level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
How dare you! The Ashford family is among the world's first and finest. My grandfather is one of the original founders of Umbrella Inc. Now tell me, why have you attacked this installation?
Attacked?
Shortly after you arrived, my base was attacked. You must have informed your people of its location.
I still don't follow you. I really don't know anything about that.
Unacceptable! How can you deny it? My base has been destroyed. And thanks to you, the experimental T-virus was released, creating countless zombies and monsters. Tell me, who do you work for? Who sent you? Have it your way, then. You're just a rat in a cage anyway. I'll be sure to keep you entertained before I dispose of you.
And so he just leaves. Alright. Thanks, Dolphin, for throwing error messages again.
Submarine too fast.
Submarine too fast. The next dungeon is a submarine. Alright.
Looks like quite a small submarine. I'd be very surprised if there was enough space for a dungeon to be in there. This is making me want to play Silent Hunter, though. It's a great game to just waste a whole day playing.
My great Silent Hunter experience was ramming the wall of the harbor.
You fool. Did you ever get to sink a ship other than your own?
No.
Wow. You fool.
I almost sunk a wall, though. Probably. Whatever that lever did. Alright. Did it drive me off this island? Am I back in Europe or something?
I think the only thing the submarine really does is go up and down.
Oh, hey, zombies.
You know something that's pissing me off?
Your cat? Being happy?
No. I still haven't received my coyote bones. I'm thinking I'm gonna raise an issue about it.
Wait, do people eat coyotes?
No, I ordered the bones so I could carve them. Oh. Some of these zombies have hard hats. Or is that just a baseball cap? I don't know. You see, we got some bowgun arrows. Do we have a bowgun?
No.
Oh.
Only does at least have a biohazard card.
Yay. No idea where to use that one.
Well, it mentions something about using it at the military training facility. Wherever that is.
Wherever that is, yeah.
I guess you're probably going to have to go there in order to let them know that you're a certified hazard of the biological kind.
They have weird security rules here. Oh, that's bad.
So, you remember that Navy proof thing you had?
Yep.
That's where you're supposed to use it.
Yeah. And there's no teleporter chest nearby. Nope.
Well, there's also the problem that, you know, you need not only the Navy proof, you also need 2 others in order to actually get that thing to work.
Mm.
Also kind of unrelated, but there's only about 2.5-ish weeks left until the Resident Evil 2 remake comes out.
Damn. Awesome.
I probably can make this game in time, but not the entire series until then.
Well, maybe you could, if you suddenly decided to stream like every single day.
Do I really want to do that?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Doing something like that'll probably just cause some serious burnout.
And maybe a small case of insanity. So, I don't think I have explored anything out here.
Well, you remember when you first got there after you got out of the prison? You then went straight forward, then up the stairs, but there was also another door to the right. Well, you can't have the right idea there. You just tried to open the wrong door.
Silly me. Took me way too long to find that door.
Well, you know, what makes sense. I mean, why would you want to try to open the big one? That's not a people door.
You know, I haven't saved in a while.
Well, you don't really have to fight it, you just have to run.
My eternal enemy, the printer.
Beep. When's the last time you saw a cigarette vending machine?
Like 3 days ago.
What? Where?
They are really common here on the streets.
Oh. What a backwards country you live in.
Says the guy who lives in a country that's dealing with the government shutdown right now.
Sure hope I can file my tax return soon. I think people are straight up having a fight upstairs.
Do you wanna intervene?
Of course not.
I should have expected someone being in the sauna.
There's just a sauna. The fuck? Should I get the broom and then tap the ceiling? Is that still okay to do?
Well, I guess you could, but isn't there the possibility that if they are having a huge argument up there, that if you decide to suddenly start tapping what is their floor with a broom, aren't they just going to take their anger out on you?
They can fucking try and take me on then. I don't care.
Stream chat has a good idea, buddy. Don't get shot.
Well, do you remember that one room with the printer in it?
Yep, that is where I'm heading. I think there was some storage thingy in the back.
It seems to have worked.
I don't know. Maybe they are grabbing their shotguns and are coming for you now?
They likely do not have guns in the city of Chicago.
Don't you hear like guns every 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What? Stop giving me more bow gun stuff. Give me the bow gun, god damn it.
You don't understand that they have laws against guns in the city of Chicago, so...
Well, you probably have stricter gun laws in Chicago than in Germany.
I don't know about that.
That makes him despawn, I hope?
Honestly, I never tried doing it that way before, so... But judging from the music, it probably didn't.
Yeah.
Also, if I remember correctly, all you really need to do is just try to get up the staircase that's on the... Well, I guess when you first got there, it's supposed to be somewhere on the left. And that'll scare him off.
He's really not a good villain. Thanks, CPU is still too fast. Bye. He's really terrible.
Well, you know, it's a sniper rifle. You're not supposed to use it in close quarters and everything.
You've clearly never heard of quickscoping.
No, sorry, I don't really play all that much Call of Duty. Also, from what I can remember, with Alfred being really terrible with the sniper rifle and everything, people have theorized that it might have been a reference to one line from that one George Romero movie, Dawn of the Dead.
Hmm.
All the homeostatic I probably need in the starting room
Uh-huh.
to save that one guy who's bleeding out.
Also, you're probably going to want to save.
Yeah.
Because it's around here they start introducing new enemy.
Yay. Can I still knife it?
You could, but unfortunately, this particular enemy is able to attack at a much further range than all the enemies you've dealt with so far. And unfortunately, unlike Alfred, these enemies are actually able to aim properly.
Welcome, Claire. Consider the area you are in a special playground I have prepared just for you. Please try and keep me amused, and do not disappoint me by dying too soon. I so want to enjoy this.
I don't know. I like Napoleon from Resident Evil 4 more.
Rainforest bird laugh? You talking about something from the game, or what? Or...
Yeah, the cutscene. All their eyes laughing really weird.
So, just so you know, that's how it's usually going to go when dealing with those enemies. Which, if I remember correctly, are called Bandersnatch?
Yep. From Lewis Carroll's poem.
Oh yeah, that felt good. Don't worry, Claire. Your knight in shining armor is here.
You know, the poem by fucking Lewis Carroll, the guy that wrote Alice in Wonderland.
This is why you need
And the Bandersnatch is the monster or something.
Whatever.
And he uses the Vorpal Blade. That one.
Take these.
Sorry.
machine guns for me.
You know the deal. In exchange for your Lugers.
Okay. This thing is too cool. Yes! Now this is my kind of weapon. All right. Huh? Hey, this thing's empty. You cheated me.
Up there. Plenty of ammo. Just for you.
Way up there?
Give me a boost and I'll get it for you.
All right. Ow! My back! You're heavier than you look. Hurry up!
Happy now?
What?
Now that your knight has made his appearance, he can join you in your descent into death.
Okay, let's do it! Wait here, Claire. Time to test out my new toy.
Oh boy.
It's kind of weird though, considering he's pretty much been a prisoner on that island for God knows how long, that he looks really happy in his little profile picture and everything in the inventory menu.
Also, is his dad Al Bundy? There's even an L written on his shirt.
Well, I don't know. If it was Al Bundy, wouldn't he be wearing a t-shirt that says "No, ma'am"?
So these guns are very terrible. Or he's very terrible at aiming.
Check it out! I pulled through without a scratch. I even saved ammo for future use. Come on! I would have killed more, but I thought that you needed a workout. You see? This thing is a lot more reliable than any person.
Than people? Steve. What were you doing here? Who brought you here and where is your family?
Shut up! I don't want to talk about it!
Steve.
Never mind. Let's get going. Claire, are you okay?
Steve, behind you!
No.
What's wrong, Steve? Shoot him!
Wait! I can't! No!
Steve! No! Ah! Steve.
Father. 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 Dad. I used to work for Umbrella. Tried to steal information. Intending to sell it off to the highest bidder. He was caught. Mom was killed. And we were sent here.
Oh, Steve.
He was a fool to do something so reckless. So stupid.
It's okay now. Just rest.
I'm kind of surprised he aimed well enough to only hit the zombie.
Yeah. So I don't know, the Bandersnatch, something about Lewis Carroll?
Yeah. He wrote a poem with a lot of made-up words. It's a rather famous poem. I don't know the name of it.
Did the Bandersnatch in the original poem also look like a melted action figure of Stretch Armstrong?
Jabberwocky is also a thing. The poem is called The Hunting of the Snark. No. Shit. The poem is called Jabberwocky. But there's also a Bandersnatch in The Hunting of the Snark, and in Through the Looking Glass. No, the Bandersnatch does not appear in Through the Looking Glass, but Jabberwocky does. Oh wait, no, what the Bandersnatch does as well. Also, speaking of Bandersnatch, should I watch that? I kind of didn't like the Netflix Black Mirror. People keep talking about Bandersnatch.
Well, if you didn't like Black Mirror in general, Bandersnatch probably isn't going to change your mind.
No, I love the UK series of Black Mirror. I just like the Netflix one a little less.
I thought the one on Netflix was the UK one, though.
No, there was 2 series released in the UK, or I think there was 2 series. Yeah, 2 series in the UK, and then a Netflix season. Then I think another Netflix season. They're both US based.
Well, fortunately, at this point, I don't think I'll be able to help you much because I didn't actually see Bandersnatch myself, so...
I don't even have Netflix.
Then why did you even bring it up?
Well, I can... Well, I guess that's the thing. You can't pirate it, because I heard there's, like, interactive elements.
Yeah, it's some weird choose-your-own-adventure kind of deal.
I'll have to... We're having a bunch of people over on Tuesday. But one of them has a Netflix account I can use. Well, how does the choose your own adventure stuff work, Nuclear Gypsy, if you watched it on Putlocker?
I got a small problem.
Yeah?
I wanted to go to the teleporter chest to heal myself up.
But
it's locked behind the biohazard door.
Damn. I suppose you need the biohazard card for that, huh?
Yes, which is in the teleporter chest.
Well, you'll just have to go to a different teleporter chest.
Hopefully.
When his health is at danger and there's possibly going to be all sorts of enemies in his path before he actually manages to get there. So I guess good luck with that.
Oh, fuck Areno. it solves at least some of my problems. I know your weakness, zombie. You can't climb upstairs.
Actually, they can in this game.
Damn.
What's your favorite zombie movie? Anyone?
That's kind of a tough question.
I don't know that many, actually.
Does Shaun of the Dead count?
Sure.
Probably.
The original Frankenstein does not count, Copter. Absolutely not. You fool.
I think I'm gonna call it early here.
Alright.
I think we have to think about that zombie movie question until next time.
Wow, that's a long time to think about a very simple question, but okay.
Yeah, maybe we can watch some zombie movies in the meantime.
Perhaps.
Figure that one out. So, thanks for helping me and being around. Thanks for watching.
No problem.
And I still hate the internet. Good night.